by Hstv and Andy-Glow TV in Ohio.
A very good morning to you. It is the 23rd of April 2024. Welcome to Morning News right here at Hstv with me, SAVARA AIDAN. We're streaming live on our YouTube platform at Hstv Live GH. Do well to like, comment and share. Now on to our headlines for this morning. The Leader of Parliament has criticized the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress NDC, former President Dramani Mahama. Residents living near in Accra disputes government claims of fully dredging the lagoon, citing visible evidence to the contrary. And also, Dr. Kwame Asante, a senior political science lecturer at the University of Ghana, has called on the new patriotic party to promptly reveal its running mate for the upcoming 2024 general elections. Resident of Mando in Nkwanta in the Ashanti region has cried out to the government to ensure the early completion of road infrastructure projects in the area. There's many more we bring to you in the next 30 minutes. Now moving on to our very first. Now moving on to our very first story, residents living near Clote Lagoon in Accra disputes government's claims of fully dredging the lagoon, citing visible evidence to the contrary. Despite official assurance, locals argue that significant portions of the lagoon remain uncleared, raising concerns about the accuracy of the government's performance tracker. The dependency highlights the importance of transparent monitoring of public projects to ensure accountability and delivery of promised outcomes.
When somebody comes out today and tells us that the government has worked on the lagoon and is doing it 100%, oh my brother, it's not a fact. It's not a fact. We have not seen that no work has been done. For some time now, nobody has come to this vicinity to work on this lagoon for us. Even if I give them 50, I'll think somebody will tell me I'm just trying to be partial. But at the end of the day, 40 will be good for them. 40 will be good for them. They shouldn't exceed the pass mark. It's a failure. It's a failure because they've not done anything at all about this lagoon.
The only place sometimes I see, even now, I've been seeing when you go to this circle, the Odo River, to the Agbogboloshi seconds there, I can see some machines at least dredging that side. When you ask me about it, that's what I'll tell you. But here, dear, this year, I have not seen any dredging of this lagoon. There is no score I will give to the government because I have not seen any, this year, I have not seen any dredging of this lagoon. You understand? So I don't know any score that I will give to, unless maybe I see maybe them doing something that I know that no, throughout this thing that they did, as at least I can stand on it to say something about that score. But for now, I can't say anything.
Moving on to another story, Dr. Kwame Asante, a senior political science lecturer at the University of Ghana, has called on the new patriotic party to promptly reveal its running mate for the upcoming 2024 general elections, while recognizing the importance of thorough consultation and finalizing the selection. Dr. Asante underscores the critical timing of this decision as election favor goes across the nation. He cautions against unnecessary delays, emphasizing that waiting too long to announce the running mate could lead to heightened scrutiny and potential challenges for the chosen candidate. Dr. Santi urges the party to strike a balance between comprehensive consultation and timely action, ensuring that the selected candidate is well prepared for the campaign ahead. In another news, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, the majority leader of Parliament, has criticized the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress (NDC), former President John Dramani Mahama. According to him, John Mahama has nothing new to offer Ghanaians based on his track record as former President of the Republic. Mr. Afenyo-Markin, who is the Member of Parliament during a press briefing in Parliament on April 19, 2024, asserted that Mahama's candidacy lacked novelty and vision for Ghana's future. He argued that Mahama's tenure as both Vice President and President as marred by influence and failed promises, making him an unappealing choice for the elaborate.
Who has had an opportunity to serve as Vice President and President. He's been Vice President for 4.5 years before. Almost 3.5 years before. And he's been President also for some 4.5 years. We know his track record. He's the same person with his same old team coming to tell us that they have something to offer. But we know their track record. In any event, perish the thought, should the opportunity smile at him, he has only one term. There will be no sense of urgency. And we dare say that from day one, that government will be in crisis because those party people would be struggling for who should be the next leader. Ghanaians need a stable government with focus, with a vision. With what is happening in the world, we don't need a government that would start with crisis from day one. Because they know that, President Mahama, by the constitutional imperative, cannot seek for a second term. So since he's not going to have a second term, from day one, people will be jostling for power. And that would affect governance from day one. But in Bawumia, we have a new person coming in who knows that he has everything at stake. Should he be successful, he would have another opportunity. So he would have much more motivation to work the extra hard to introduce new policies. He has not distanced himself from the challenges we face as a government. No. He's part of the government, but what he's saying is that he has his new vision. So far, this is what we have done. But given the opportunity with his own ideas, he can bring something new. And he has started with a digitalization policy, which is creating a new opportunity for private sector to grow. What has the NDC done? What is new on their side? So comparing the NDC and MPP, comparing the leadership we have today, one has something more at stake than the other. And if you are
now, former Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Koku Anyedoho, has in his comment on X disagreed with a recent poll conducted by Global Info Analytics. The poll predicted that former President John Dramani Mahama will secure over 70% of the votes in the Greater Accra region, while Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, will gain only 20%. He then accused Musa Dankwa, the executive director of Global Info Analytics, for being recruited by unidentified evil forces within the NDC to manipulate statistical data in favor of a particular agenda.
regional blocks. This is where the tsunami really will hit. In the last election, Nalo 45%, Mahama 55%. The last election. Mahama won that region last time. Now, Mahama 73% in Greater Accra.
Greater Accra.
In Greater Accra.
That's big.
That's big. Baomia 21%, Alan 5%, 1% Nana Kwambidiako. You know why this is like that in Greater Accra?
No.
About 20% of MPP voters in Greater Accra are voting Mahama.
How? Musa, that doesn't sound realistic.
MPP, JM, Greater Accra, 19.5%. Only 63.9% of MPP are doing Baumia. 7% are doing Alan. About 3 are doing Anakwam Bediako. 7.6 said they will not vote.
In another news, residents of Mando in Kwanta in the Ashanti region have cried out on government to ensure the early completion of road infrastructure projects in the area. This was after the roads. This was after the roads. Our Highways Minister Francis Asenso-Boakye led officials to cut out sword for the commencement of rehabilitation of major roads there.
This road, it will be easy for us to go to town when we need car. Because of that, they haven't do the road. When you need car to go to town, they said they won't come here. They will leave you at the next town called Trede. Then you take another car. I want the government to end this project. It shouldn't stop. The government has started it now. It should end it. It should end this project for us because we are really happy today. So we want the government to finish the project that we have started it today.
Say, Yetimiasi Abuaka say MPP are buying and the Bayes are a quine with my the pa. Baby Abuam Catasori and a BB Nijina so Emma Adeneko. And I'm a Hesa contract where I would dear. Yabi on my Pipan Catasor and I'm a got to see an uncle. But me did say, away on my old do be behind a dear. Bibia bear come on by a quine every year.
Pesaba Coswo, Yan Yat 1 year. The bonfire said, Debbie can Echina, Woman Yat and go see the beer. Obviously, on baby. Thanking I mean more than one more monk come on to venue my.
Moving on to another story, nutritionist Dekia Isuama Teria, the founder of Food Hills Network, has emphasized the importance of breast milk for infants. She pointed out that incorrect positioning during breastfeeding could lead to a baby's refusal to feed. Teria urged mothers to follow the Ghana Health Service's recommended breastfeeding guidelines to ensure proper technique. Additionally, Teria mentioned that maintaining hygiene and avoiding strong scents such as perfumes are crucial as they may deter babies from breastfeeding. She advised mothers to establish a bond with their infants by maintaining eye contact during feeding, which also helps in proper positioning. These insights aim to ensure and enhance the breastfeeding experience for both mother and child.
When we talk about breastfeeding, as I rightly said, it goes beyond what we normally see. So for babies who do not like breast milk, that means there's a problem. Okay. It's either there's something we call positioning and attachment. Okay. So sometimes it's either the mother is not doing it right, or the way the mother even holds the baby to the breast. We have Ghana Health Service has particular guidelines. We have recommended guidelines for breastfeeding. How you're even supposed to sit. You meet somebody at the market, the baby is hanging somewhere, and the mother is doing her own thing, and the baby is breastfeeding. Yeah. And that wouldn't, if the baby has this kind of first time experience, that is not really good. Babies are very sensitive. They are going to how do I say, adapt to that trend.
Exactly.
They will not have, it's like first time experience.
Yes.
So it's a behavioral something. Okay, so the thing, there's this thing that goes like first time experiences. So whether that experience was good or not, that would determine whether I would attempt it again. Exactly. So imagine my mommy, I begin to breastfeed, and then whatever, babies are very sensitive. They don't like strong smell. They don't like strong perfumes. So even hygiene comes into play. So you put your baby to the breast, and then they tend to how do you say it? Sniff some weird odor, awkward smell, high perfumes, those kind of things. The baby mentally picks that up, that anytime they put me to this place, that is the same feeling I'm going. So anytime it comes again, they'll try to reject. That is one aspect of it. Another aspect could be the fact that you are not attaching or positioning the baby well. Whenever you're breastfeeding, your palm, as in your palm, is supposed to be at the buttocks of the baby. So hold the baby like this. You're supposed to sit in a relaxed chair. You're supposed to look, there's supposed to be this connection. So that is why sometimes men do
that very healthy note. Let's go for a very quick turn. When we come back, we have more news update for you right here on Morning News. Do stay with us.
Would you like to own a home, start a business, provide seed money, or a good education for your children? The Pro Wealth Plan answers all of life's questions. This is Ekwa 9. She wants to be an engineer in future. Her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Hammond, plan to give her the best education but don't want to be unnecessarily burdened when she's ready for university in 10 years. Do you know how much it will cost Ekwa to go to a local private university or university abroad in the next 10 years? Ekwa's parents have signed up to a Pro Wealth Plan. They pay affordable monthly premiums that ensures they are able to fund Ekwa's university fees and living expenses. When she's ready for university, Prudential will pay the maturity benefit and her parents can enjoy free insurance cover for an additional 5 years. In the unfortunate event that her parents pass away, Prudential will pay over 200% of the sum assured, which is 100% immediately, 10% annually to keep Ekwa in her current school, and 100% at maturity for her chosen university. This means that Prudential Life has guaranteed Ekwa's education regardless of life's uncertainties. The Pro Wealth Plan also covers a spouse or partner up to the same sum assured. With over 26 million customers, 24,000 employees globally, and over 170 years experience, you and your family can have peace of mind knowing that you are in safe hands. Whatever your financial goals are, the Pro Wealth Plan has the answers to life's questions. Call us today and let Prudential secure your future.
Third Eye Care and Vision Center is here with all your eye care solutions. Yes, Third Eye Care is at it again. Are your lenses becoming foggy because of wearing face masks or sitting in air-conditioned spaces? Are your eyes getting sore and tired after using the computer for prolonged periods? Are you struggling with light from oncoming cars and other vehicles when driving at night? Worry no more. Third Eye Care and Vision Center has all the right solutions for you. We have anti-fog and blue filtering lenses that solves it all. Third Eye Care and Vision Center also stocks all types of lenses, designer frames, sunglasses, and employs very well-trained, qualified, and licensed optometrists to provide all your eye care needs. Locate us at Airport Residential Area, close to the Association International School, opposite Mirage Residence, or Northridge, on the premises of Sunny FM, and close to the Kanda Overhead Bridge. Our working hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Call us on 054-328-7008 or 026-646-2080. Please do well to observe all COVID-19 protocols. Third Eye Care and Vision Center, your total eye care solutions provider.
My mama called Baba SO Herbal Hospital. SO Herbal Hospital, Yarisabia, Yesha Yariwa Baby, Bibi to say HIV, bedwetting, hypertension, diabetes, cocoa, malaria, enteric fever, low sperm count, sexual weakness. Ude tutu anamoba SO Herbal Hospital. SO Herbal Hospital uba eba eni Obia nani afra for 30 years, 40 years, 15. Oh, Otigana but a says no airto, or who are the ble. Manimba SO Herbal Hospital. Yebetia manete, oba yedu befa ye examination. Na ya so enini swamo. Ya ma some few minutes. Na wati na ho. One kasa ubedi adanse say SO Herbal Hospital the best eba any yare. Ye was scan department. Ye lab ahudro bia. Na ura ye pharmacy wa. Edronu ye niama obia. Ye de edroni bema na ya checho se na obetumi ania edronu. Enti na SO Herbal Hospital no ye demu shunko.
Ubehu ye chira kwan ewo Amasaman Stadium Johnson. Ubetuma frem penifo ewa homatrofo iso 055 552 9253 ena 050 344 9444 ena fi 027 285 9115.
I will pray, oh, I will pray. If I don't pray, Satan will make mess of me. I will pray.
Be a Hunamaniana, Manemompaye. Obibu Atoniyem, Manento Ayejum. Let's obin so yaria. Emfre asorin mumpenyim for na yemmon so gidie empire. Na yen sranengo, na gidie empire no ebeje o yarefo no efri ne yade empaso. Na se bone bimpo na nipa no aya Erade edebeche no. James chapter 5 verse 13 to 15. And some wenti na Hstv ahihye dwumadie bi a dato ndin se let us pray anase mayemmom paye. Eno ti hia me osofo yawo me ne masofo mpanyimfo a Erade abasane ne nsa ewo onso ene akuku dan a Erade nsa ewo onso begina ye naso anadwumu ni nyina ede abo empaye esu ego Erade so aka kire Erade se Erade hu ye mobo na onye ye bisade emfama ye na obi biara odo hu be hye saa dwumadie mu no Erade ebema nkunimdi aye wodia efiade yi ene efiade bia ye nyina ye naso anadwumu ni nyina na ye mompaye ensungu Erade so Erade nhira.
If I don't pray, Satan will make mess of me.
So pese wo so dwumadie asne anaso so bo odwaton de hu de wo dwumadie so a fra homa trufo yi.
I will pray, I will pray, I will pray, oh, I will pray. If I don't pray, Satan will make mess of me. You need to know that every man that is made, he has built on a ritual, and that ritual is called the place of prayer. The place of prayer, the place of prayer.
Welcome back. This is still Hstv News with me, SAVARA AIDAN. We're streaming live on our YouTube platform at Hstv Live. Do well to like, comment and share. Now to our very last story for today. Now Ekia Isuama Teria, a nutritionist and founder of Food Hills Network, has emphasized the critical role of breast milk in regulating brain function and development in infants. Teria highlighted that breastfeeding should not be abruptly stopped, but rather continued for at least 2 years to maximize the benefit for a child's cognitive growth. Moreover, Teria advised mothers to be proactive in feeding their infants, suggesting that they should breastfeed whenever the baby shows signs of hunger rather than waiting for the baby to cry. She also recommended introducing complementary food at the age of 6 months to ensure a balanced diet, while continuing to breastfeed to support ongoing brain development.
So one important function of the breast milk is to regulate your neurons, your neural, the way your brain works, the way your brain develops.
Breast milk?
Breast milk. I'm telling you. Breast milk.
You know, this is actually very weird. I want to ask this very question. You know, we have babies that after a year, they're still, you know, sucking breast and everything. Is it right?
Yeah, the appropriate time to stop breastfeeding is after 2 years.
After 2 years. So it could help them mentally.
It could help breastfeed breastfeed, and you don't have a particular, you ask this mother, oh, I breastfeed my child 5 times a day. That is wrong. You're supposed to breastfeed on demand. The moment the baby makes, you don't even have to wait for the baby to cry.
Okay.
Breastfeed.
Okay.
There's nothing like I've over breastfed my baby. Sometimes the baby can throw up or something, but you don't have to starve the baby because they can't talk.
Alright.
They'll just cry or make some sounds. So you just have to be very attentive and breastfeed on demand.
Okay, all right. So we are moving on to 6 months. What are the type of foods appropriate for a child after 6 months?
At 6 months, that is where we start complementary feeding. So there's something we call timely initiation of complementary foods. So complementary foods are basically foods that now the breast milk, the baby is growing. Breast milk alone is not going to be enough for this baby. It's not going to be enough for their nutritional needs because now they are developing, they are trying to crawl, they are trying to walk and stuff. So they need other forms of nutrient. They need other forms of food from the foods that we have. So that is at 6 months you're supposed to start finely smooth foods. That's the texture looks like breast milk. So you don't have to prepare thick porridges. They're supposed to be light with that texture of breast milk. That is at 6 months. And at 6 months, you're supposed to introduce, how do you call it? These formula foods. So you start with porridges. That's when you start with the light foods. That's when you start blending stuff for them. You don't have to give them things they can pick. So you start with the porridges, very light, but still breastfeeding. So the ideal way is to breastfeed the baby before you even give the.
And that will be all for today's news update. But before we take a bow, a quick recap of the headlines. Alexander Fenyo, marking the majority leader of parliament, has criticized the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress NDC, John Dramani Mahama. Residents living near Clotte Lagoon in Accra dispute government claims of fully dredging the lagoon, citing visible evidence to the contrary. Dr. Kwame Asante, a senior political science lecturer at the University of Ghana, has called on the New Patriotic Party to promptly reveal its running mate for the upcoming 2024 general elections. And residents of Mando in Kwanta in the Ashanti region have cried out on the government to ensure the early completion of road infrastructure projects in the area. There's a many more we brought to you today, the 23rd of April 2024. With me, SAVARA AIDAN. Healthy Morning is up next. Do stay tuned.
This news is brought to you by Hstv and Antiglo